What up? What up? What up, man? Hey, welcome to another episode of Pharaoh Mr. Nice Guy. Welcome to the episode live with M&G and Jeff No Chaser. Jay, I like your shirt, Jeff.
I like your shirt, bro. That's a nice shirt.
Man, that's a bad shirt, man. That,
Yeah,
that,
man.
that shirt right there, fly.
They should go cop this boy and that one.
They definitely need to cop that one though, because that one right there is fly.
Facts. Let's go get him. Let's go get him. Go get him.
Now we got Trent here. Trent came back to deal with me and Jeff shenanigans because Jeff don't have no filter.
Yes, I do. I have a filter now.
Is it a Brita filter?
Nah, it's a filter that I put in the furnace for my house.
Yeah, that ain't good. that ain't approved. Trent, man, look, before we go ahead and get started, I know you've been up to some major stuff and you've been doing some real big things. And I want to give you a chance to just talk about it, man, because you've been doing some stuff from our conversations.
I mean, I've been trying to, you know what I mean? So I won't call them big yet, but you know what I mean? At some point, maybe they will be. You know, I think, I'm praying that they have a big impact, on people and on the community. But So what I've been working on is a financial education initiative, aimed at helping people align their money habits with their financial goals, just setting a foundation, just teaching basic financial topics, budgeting, saving, but coming with a little twist to, help people reflect on how they're spending their money, and just making sure that it aligns with, who they want to be, where they want to go and where they're trying to go. So.
Yeah. Well, what's the name of the company?
Should say that.
like give us something to go on, man.
The company is called I Am Currency. Once again, financial education initiative. Doing hosting seminars, workshops. What else? Just speaking. And in fact, next Saturday I'll be at Olive Tree Outreach for financial foundation class, where we be going over budgeting and and applying that to God's word and just understanding how the ultimate creator, the ultimate provider, says that we should use our money.
Okay,
so that's what's up.
Hey, look, man, look. Thanks for coming to the show. Thanks for sharing that, man. Because I'm pretty sure everybody out there that is gonna need that financial advice, that budgeting. Hard times are coming. I don't know if people understand.
Coming,
but
they are here. Yeah. What you mean coming?
But you got to understand that it is going to get worse with the tariffs, with the economy. So everything is going to get more expensive.
I will be slanging eggs on the corner. Y'all.
I'm just saying, when you see Walmart closing down stores because
I didn't even know Walmart was closing stores.
Yeah, they closing. I think they closing over 600 stores. So when you see Walmart closing stores, I seen an article that Walmart closing stores. So if you see that they're closing stores, the first thing that comes to mind is like Walmart closing stores. Like Walmart normally is like, I'm not gonna say that they're good when it comes to recession, but they're one of the few stores that in the last recession
saves. I mean, they survive.
They survive. Yeah. So you really understand that. You really got to understand that the economy is really going down.
Hold on, I got a question. Hold on. So you telling me Walmart closing stores, right?
Walmart closing stores. Supposedly, because they can't keep
Target
on the shelves.
What about Target? I just want to know.
Target is closed. Target is they're hemorrhaging.
That's not answering my question.
Okay, I don't know whether or not Target is closing stores.
How Target not closing and
because
what we supposed to be boycotting Target or something?
So remember what I said. Well, I don't know if you remember what I said, but
I don't.
Okay, that's fine. So my statement, my idea of what's going on is that in order for some of these companies to get federal subsidies.
Oh yeah, I do remember. Okay.
Then they have to get rid of their DNI programs.
Right.
And the companies that didn't get rid of their DNI programs are no longer getting federal subsidies.
Right.
Now, Costco is one that didn't get rid of their federal subsidy, but I think Costco make enough money to where it doesn't matter. Target, on the other hand, didn't. And Walmart got rid of theirs as well. But I think something else is going on with Walmart because they really go hard with the negotiations so far as making sure that their prices are cheap when it comes to their prices. But if they're wiping out, but if products is not getting to the shelves,
somebody's stealing from Walmart. That's what it is. Somebody a big wig. No, I'm serious because if you look at it, Walmart survives everything.
Yeah, everything.
You know, I think and they might just be like a restructuring. You know how people say, bankruptcy's not always.
It could be.
Yeah,
you might be right.
Yeah, you know, some rich people use, what we look at as bad stuff. They look at it as reorganize and restructure.
They trimming fat off to make more money.
That's a good way to put it. Because I always thought bankruptcy was like, dang, man, you can't do nothing with your life, man. Like I thought it was like an end of the road type thing. Like, but they use bankruptcy as a financial tool to protect all the assets.
I was just about to say that's the rich man's credit card.
Yeah,
for real.
Get rid of all the bad debt.
Yep, get rid of all that bad.
Start over.
Start all over.
Like, and even with that, they don't put anything in their name because everything is in their business name. So they file bankruptcy under their business name.
And they still good.
And the business is still good.
Because
you ain't about because think about it, you ain't about to go put the business in another credit card name, especially when they already got finances.
Right.
If it already got finances, what's a bankruptcy? If it already has cash, but it can't pay its debt. Yeah. But you get to keep the cash, pay the debt pennies on a dollar.
And you still getting cash.
And you still getting cash because people are still coming to your organization.
Yep, exactly.
And you could do that for 7 years. Well, I don't know if the same 7 years apply to businesses. But
you still getting money.
And you still get money. So you ain't gotta go, it ain't like you gotta go get a credit card. It's not like a personal bankruptcy where you can't put nothing in your name.
It ain't like you gotta go really pay a bill either, for real.
That's true.
So man, they getting over. I need to get an LLC.
You do not need to go
I'm putting everything in a business name. My kids, I'm putting all of them under a business name.
Oh, not the kids.
Shit.
All right, so I got something. I got something for you boys. So y'all already know, man, it is a playoff season and it is going down.
I hate the NBA.
What you mean you hate the NBA?
Because my man SGA had 4 fouls in the first half of the other night game. How, bro? So now you take his aggressiveness away.
I wouldn't say all of that.
How you gonna play with second quarter? You got 4 fouls.
I wouldn't.
You got 2 more fouls before you foul out.
Technically, I wouldn't.
Man, they hated on them. They wanted to go
before we get
7.
to OKC. Y'all know Boston played tonight 8:30. Do y'all think Boston is going to be able to do it without Jason Tatum?
Absolutely not.
Exactly.
But you know what? I'm gonna go against the grain.
Why?
Because I like Jaylen Brown. I like him. I like Jaylen Brown.
But I don't think he's gonna be able to carry the team. Not like Jason Tatum. He's a good one.
It sounded like yesterday he didn't necessarily have to. Now, I didn't watch the game, but I heard about all the assists that the team had and how good the ball was flowing and how many somebody off the bench had like 15. Everybody had double-digit points in everything.
It flowed better when Tatum's not in the game because Tatum don't have to have the ball all the time.
Right. Because Tatum will get his.
But the points that them people had, them would have been Tatum points, so they really didn't score no more than what Tatum would have scored.
So now the thing is, can they win as a team?
I hate to say this because, like I said, I like Jaylen, and I like Tatum, but I don't see Boston getting past New York because you got that little mouse running around there, bumping into people, and they just calling fouls. So, then you got my boy Hart over there. I like Hart, bro, in New York. I like him over there, bro. But at the same time, I think New York will get past them.
Of course.
I think they are.
Because, if so the reports, not reports, but I've seen that they have blown 20-point leads.
Twice. Well, it was a 20 and 26.
Down the stretch and end up losing.
Yeah.
So
it's a fact.
So when you look at the big picture,
and Tatum was there.
And Tatum was there. Tatum was there. So I think when you look at the big picture, I really feel like it's New York's turn. And Boston gonna have to take the back seat this year. Now, so far as Tatum injury, now it's Achilles heel.
he might be done almost until the middle of next season. For real, for real.
Yeah, it's gonna take him a long time to come back, and we already know with those type of injuries, you're not coming back at 100% yourself.
It depends. It's a mind thing.
It is. That's all I'm about to say. It's gonna be it's some doubt there. You gotta trust yourself. Yeah, because it's a lot happening.
Remember when KD tore his, and he came back better. It's hard to say better, but he came back better than what he was because he did sit out the time and let it heal.
Right.
But Tatum, I don't think Boston got the time to let Tatum sit out.
No.
You know, and unless they do some type of trades to get another person over there, I don't see them going too far.
No. But the good thing is that they're both still young.
Yeah.
So they still have time, but I think they still gonna need another piece to kind of take that load off of Jason, so he can just pass the ball.
But that's supposed to be they just played Jaylen Brown all that bread. That's supposed to be Jaylen Brown's job.
Nah, Derek White. I mean, I think they got it. I mean,
Derek White balling though. Like he balling.
I think they got some good pieces.
They need to get rid of Al Horford.
Is probably going to be. No, I'm not going to necessarily say get rid of him, but I'm just saying he's old. You know, he's old, so he may be on his way out at some point. You know, so I would say
Kristaps Porzingis, he stay hurt.
Yeah. And that was supposed to be their third piece right there.
Yeah, that's supposed to be their third piece. That supposed to be their third piece. Now, if he played like he was playing in New York, bro, he'd be a beast, bro. But he stay hurt. And I think all guys over like 7 foot stay hurt. Look at Joel Embiid. Stay hurt. But when they on the court, they ball.
Yep.
But Tatum and them need him like ASAP, like right now. This is his time to step up and be like, all right, I got you, Tatum. We go get to the next one.
I think this is the point where he can really show his worth. Is he gonna be because right now he's the number 2. So can you be number 1?
He's not even number 2. He damn near like a number 4. They go to Tatum, Jaylen. I don't know why, but Horford. And then him. I mean, it depends on if he got the hot hand. If he got the hot hand, they'll give him the ball, but they got to get rid of Horford, bro. They got to get somebody else. Horford is trash, bro.
All right, so let me ask you, this is rumors that's been swirling since the Warriors got bumped by the Timberwolves.
I hope it ain't true.
But do you think Giannis is going to go to the Warriors? It's been speculation. It's been secret conversations. Do you think that Giannis is going to go to the Warriors and lead the Bucks?
Oh man, I got no opinion.
I got no opinion.
He's like, I'm out.
My thing is this, bro.
I will say this though, real quick. I say that if Giannis go to the Warriors, it's
a cheat code.
I mean, but it ain't as much as a cheat code as KD went to the Warriors at that point where KD went. So it's like I'm kind of like okay with it. You know, I wasn't necessarily okay.
I think it's worse.
You think so?
You think it's worse?
Yeah, I think it's worse because when you had KD, you had 3 shooters over there. You had Steph, Clay, and KD.
Yeah.
You had KD playing D, and that was pretty much really it. And Draymond.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So now you let Giannis go there. Now you got Steph and Jimmy Butler and Giannis on the offensive end.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Now you got a truck that's going downhill as in Giannis. Going in the hole.
And Jimmy Butler is like a little mini truck coming right after him.
He got all mid-range, and then you got Steph, and then you still got to deal with Draymond. You see what I'm saying?
That's
so
a nice squad right there.
That'll be exactly.
And all they got to do is move on from a few picks, a little bit of money, and Jonathan Kuminga.
I think it'll be probably another cheat code for them, man.
You know what? And then when we think about their ages, right? When we think about how close. Well, I guess Giannis do got one, you know, but still, it's like I know he want another one. You know what I mean?
Steph want another one.
Like that's what I'm saying. Steph's still like at that, still playing at a peak level. You know what I mean? So it's like he deserve another one for real.
Now I got a question for y'all.
Yeah.
So it's okay. It's okay that people go and play with Steph. Why is it not okay for people to go play with LeBron?
Now it is.
Well,
I'm just saying.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Okay,
I'm listening.
And
it's a hater, bro.
I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater. So what I'm going to say to that is that the difference there is that they're going to the team that he's always been with. When LeBron do it, LeBron has circled both conferences from east to west, building teams.
You're absolutely you're 100% right.
Hold on. Now when he selects the ones he want to play with, and they go to the Lakers, I'm not chirping about it. But when you're bouncing around from team to team,
he only been at 3 teams. LeBron,
team to team.
But and then he had about 2-3 teams within mid-season. Now look, I love LeBron, man. But at the same time, he do when those teams ain't good. When trade deadline, you got a whole new team.
You got to get rid of motherfuckers that ain't working.
Yeah, that's a fact, man.
So my thing is the reason why he didn't stay with Cleveland is because the owner was talking shit about him to his face. So how can you play with somebody? How can you play for somebody that's not gonna give you no help and talking shit about you?
But then why go back?
I never heard that story before.
No, I heard that story.
What you mean? Why go back? He went back because my man wrote him an apology letter. I'm sorry, LeBron.
Oh, you talking about the first time he left?
Yeah, the first time he left.
Yeah. And I heard about the apology too.
Yeah. So he went to Miami, met up with D Wade and Chris Bosh. So that's a problem. I'm just asking. I don't see it as a problem. And then if the team ain't working for me, why shouldn't I get rid of them in mid-season? Yes.
I mean, it all depends on whether the team is developing or not.
You got you an NBA player. You are already developed. You got KCP. He over there balling, and then he falls straight off. You can't hit the side of a barn, really, bro? So I'm supposed to keep him on our team, and we going for a championship. No, you got to go, bro. Give me somebody else over here that can shoot. That's when they open. I'm just saying, bro.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you.
So, but people mad at him for making moves.
I never said I was mad at him.
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying people. People mad at him for making moves that if we're in let's say us 3 in a pickup game,
and
then we got 2 other guys. Let's say he playing like Bron. Let's say he kicking it to my man. My man ain't hit nothing for the last 6 games. What are you gonna say? Hey man, you want to play? You gotta go, bro. You ain't hit nothing. Imagine 6 games. Now imagine that. Imagine 30 games that man ain't hit nothing but like 18 points. And he didn't have the ball wide open more than that. Why not get rid of him?
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I got you. I mean, when I play pickup ball and I play with some unfavorable people that's balling,
you don't need throwing the ball no more. You don't need passing the ball no more. After the first 2 shots you miss, you be like, you ain't getting the goddamn ball no more. I know, exactly.
I do that.
I know.
I'll be like, bro, you ain't there. You ain't passing the ball that way.
Oh, he missed a wide open layup.
I didn't play with people that just they'll get the ball and they'll shoot like, bro, you know you ain't got no jumper. Why are you shooting the ball? You know you ain't got no jumper.
And the whole game, you don't pass him the ball now one more time, do you?
I try to put him in good positions to make a shot. Right? I go to him like, man, what's your spot? I'll pass you the ball at your spot. But all that shooting, but we losing because you shooting too much.
But if you look at it, I mean, the whole court is their spot. They don't care. I can shoot anywhere. Man, you ain't hit nothing for the last 2 games, bro, but the rim. Nothing else.
All right. So, now let me ask y'all about this. OKC versus Denver. Now, it's tied 3-3.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think is going to come out on top? Them young dogs or the Joker and his crew? Because Aaron Gordon been balling, bro. Like, he ain't hit 2 clutch.
Is he hurt? Is he playing?
No, I don't think he hurt.
I don't think he hurt.
They ain't said nothing about him.
Said something about a hamstring.
For Gordon?
Yeah.
That must have happened in the last game.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that report yet.
Yeah, it said something about a hamstring.
If he hurt, they go lose.
I don't know. I mean,
because that's been they go to. Yeah, that's been the X factor for real.
I mean he's been clutch every time in the fourth quarter, bro.
Yeah.
Like he has been keeping them alive. Without him, man, they would have been gone.
I mean, the Joker's still doing his thing.
He is, but he not closing the game out though. I think that's the big thing. He not closing the game out. Like he got to close the game out.
I don't think he. I don't like the Joker.
Why you don't like it? Why you like the Joker?
Because they giving him too much praise already, bro. They praising him. Oh, he's the best guy. He's the best passer. He's the best. Is he really though? I mean, because Joel Embiid could pass the ball when he want to, but he ain't got nobody who he gonna pass it to.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. Like,
so
he ain't got nobody to pass it to.
It's just funny how they pick up and carry a person for so far, then be like, "Oh, well, we don't like you no more. We go drop you right here and pick this guy up. Come on."
That's exactly
you know.
So I think about that a lot in just life, just period. You know,
what I mean? That's a fact. That's a fact.
You know, just like a lot of the things that we pay attention to. You know, like that grasp our attention. It's like you know, here today, going tomorrow. You know what I mean? And the cycle repeats. You know, it's
like my boy Diddy. Well, y'all need to get off my boy Diddy, bro. Man. I'm just joking. I'm bullshitting.
Before that's a good point. But before that, so I want to talk about Dallas. I want to talk about the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas Mavericks secured the number 1 pick with a 1.8% chance of actually winning the number 1 pick. Now, I don't want to fall into the conspiracy of thinking that
somebody got paid.
The NBA is rigged. And I don't want to say rigged. I mean, I don't work for the NBA, so I really don't care.
I don't think it's rigged. I just think
it's a setup.
I don't think it's a setup. I think it's
1.8.
I think it's if you give the most donations to somewhere, you're going to be picked as like, oh, well,
Did you say donations?
I mean, it's donations, bro. That's what it is. You can't call it nothing else but donations, because you call it anything else, they might try to come after you. Hey, you said no, man, I ain't say nothing. You're giving donations, my friend. The owners are giving donations to some charity that the NBA carries. So if that's the case, then how do you win with that type of percentage? How do you get something with that type of percentage?
Now,
and they wasn't that bad last year. They just.
I'm gonna further solidify my point of not trying to say they rigged, but I'm gonna further solidify my point. Shaq told a story about David Stern, and he had put him to the side and asked him, "Do you want to play where it's cold or where it's hot?" He ended up going to Orlando, number 1 pick.
That's hot to me. Orlando was hot.
And Shaq said he went because he was like, "I'm not gonna say it's rigged, but I'll tell you a story." And this is what happened. When I was number 1 pick, Orlando got the number 1 pick.
Money talk, bullshit walk. Money talk, bullshit walk.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Because the Luka trade, that was crazy.
The Luka trade don't make sense because now they're talking about trading Luka back to Dallas for the number 1 pick and AD to go back to LA. Why? Stupid. No.
That's LeBron doing.
No, it ain't, bro. That ain't LeBron doing.
That's LeBron doing.
LeBron,
no
haters, bro.
Who's hating?
It don't even matter, bro.
I'm not hating. I can't tell a joke.
There's so many haters out here.
I can't tell a joke.
I feel like LeBron is off to the side, just chilling now.
Man, he don't give a damn. He ain't made his money. His kid, one of his sons in the NBA, somewhat. Then the other one on his way. So Bryce is a beast, though.
That's why I keep hearing. I ain't seen
beast. You know,
I like Bryce. Wait till he get to the NBA.
Yeah, well, that's if he doesn't settle for NIL.
Because
you seen that the NBA only had 106 people file for the NBA draft, the lowest in history, and it's been going down since
because it's too many donations, bro. Too many donations, bro.
Too many donations.
Too many donations.
All right. Well, you had mentioned Diddy, So I'm only gonna ask one question.
That's my boy. Yes.
Is R. Kelly your boy too?
Fuck yeah, you know that.
So I'm only gonna ask one question. And all the rumors swirl around. The one main thing that has been on everybody's mind on social media is whether or not Cassie is the victim or if she's the perpetrator in the event and she actually liked and enjoyed the things that was happening. That's a swirling thing right there. Is she a victim or was she actually part of the shenanigans and she just playing that way because did he put Young Miami on? I'm just hearing things, but he put Young Miami on, so she got jealous, and now all of a sudden, you know,
You say you ain't touching it,
man. I don't know nothing about none of this stuff.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I know about the Diddy and the Cats. Of course, I know about that. But this whole Young Miami spin,
I think it's a little bit of both. I think she's the victim. I think she started off as a victim, but got roped all into it and just started going with it. Because once you're a victim and you don't think you see a way out, you kind of just start rolling with it. You know what I'm saying?
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think she liked it, but I think she
eventually learned to enjoy it.
Yeah, eventually learned. Well, not even eventually, just very fast. She had to enjoy it because if she didn't, he probably whooped her ass.
So,
I say a little bit of the opposite. You know, I think that maybe there was something that you know, I mean, it wasn't like Diddy probably jumped out the gate like, boom, this is what I'm coming with. You know?
He definitely did.
You think so?
He did, bro.
Man.
She was 19 when they first met. So gullible, young, black, rich guy.
Man, but you still gotta like, you know, I mean, he had Lou, right? I mean, so it's like you still gotta ease all that stuff type in. Like, I mean, like y'all think
not really. I think he just a 19-year-old.
Well, I guess what I was gonna say is that, you know, maybe like, you know, she probably enjoyed like some kind of aspect
just
of the little freaky stuff, and then
he just started bringing everybody. He started bringing the choir in.
Yeah, I mean, and then it was like, you know, I read some stuff though, you know, just about her and like, and you know, like the music connection, you know, and like, you know, her feeling like, you know, the connection between Diddy and like her music being able to take off type thing. So I'm not saying that she stayed and like was enjoying that stuff, but I think that there was some part of it was like, hey, I want this to work. I do love him, and maybe like,
hell,
you know,
no, Trent, you giving her too much. You giving her too much,
dude. You know what I mean?
So
I do. But the one thing I will say, man, is like when I read that stuff, man, because I was just like, dog, like what I for sure got it, because I got 2 daughters, man. Like, look,
right,
yeah,
y'all gotta have your own mind.
Right.
At the end of the day, man, like have your own mind. Don't be held hostage or married to nothing.
Nobody.
Period. That ain't like truly here for you, man. Yeah. Like if you got to be connected to them for that, then they don't need it. You don't need it. Have your own mind, man. So I don't know if she was into it or
I think she was into it.
I for sure believe she was a victim. I'm saying victim. I'm not saying
for sure. I say both, because when he met her, she was 19.
Right.
When you're 19, you got this guy that's making money already. You got this guy that's already huge. You know he can take you somewhere if you get on this label.
Yep.
So you started off as a victim. After you stay with him after 5-10 years, you're not a victim anymore. Now you're accomplished to whatever the fuck he's doing. You know what I'm saying? And so it ain't like he was just like, okay, well, this is what we gonna do. And she was like, okay. She was texting like, shit, when the next freak off? Like, shit, what's going on? What's popping? And then when she moved in with him, they were picking escorts to come over and do what they do.
Right.
My thing is this. I totally understand. It is some nasty, freaky people out here. Yeah. I ain't got no problem with what you do in your bedroom. Get to the part where this man broke the law. That's my thing. You're painting him out to be a monster. He's already been painted out to be a monster anyway.
True, for his freaky behavior.
Yes. Do you really have to keep going down the same rabbit hole?
But let's be honest. A lot of celebrities, not a lot of them, majority of the celebrities have them same type of fetishes.
But wait a minute. But outside of
even the NBA players say, having intercourse with women get old.
Yeah.
Like they have been quoted saying that, bro.
But we can't cover up that video.
Like him whooping her ass,
bro.
But here's the thing. There's a statute of limitation on some of these things.
Listen, but there may be legally a statute of limitation, but to somebody's morally, there's no statute of limitations on that. Now
watch. I'm gonna ask you this. Now, I totally understand what you're saying. I totally get it. I have a daughter. I know what you mean.
And that was just the one that was caught on video. Like, imagine what happened behind closed doors for how long that it probably happened. So how many times
are you go get your ass whooped by a man
100%.
And be like, no, this ain't the house for me to live in?
Well, it's women that live like that
forever.
Years,
you're right. You're absolutely correct.
Scared, but the power that Diddy had, look how much, whatever. I don't know. Listen, how much control did he have? You know what I mean? He got people. He got people to control some things. He got people to keep people in their place. You know what I mean? Like he
had the juice.
Yeah, like so we can't. So if he got his hand in all aspects of the situation,
it's still a way you can get out. I
agree. I agree 100%, and I do agree. I feel like there could have been, let me not say could have been, but just we get confused. Our vision get blurred. And whatnot. We think that we somewhere that we should. We all can find ourselves in some place that we probably shouldn't be, and we probably stay a little bit too long. Trying to having some hope. But I'm just saying, man, the man had power, and he's showed his power since he's been in jail. The man had some control. The man, there's a lot going on here for us to be talking about. She's not a victim, or she wasn't being held.
No, she's definitely was a victim. But my thing is, okay, let me ask you this: what do you think is more dangerous, the mafia or Diddy?
I would say the mafia.
So
definitely gonna say the mafia.
If a mafia boss wife can get from up under him, it shouldn't be no thing to get from up under Diddy.
Nah,
I'm just saying.
Mafias, hey, they, at least off the movies, I ain't never met no guy like that. But they had honor about themselves. They had some integrity about themselves. They treated women with respect. Some of them. But at least they main ones.
But if she wanted to get out that lifestyle, and he like, no, you ain't going nowhere, and she found a way to get out, how is it that she can find a way out and this woman can't find a way out from under Diddy? So he's not a gangster. He's a fucking rapper.
So let me ask y'all this. It's the last question. I only had one question for the Diddy situation. But
so now I came two. Okay, go ahead.
It's two. What do you think is her husband's perspective, or how does he feel about the situation, knowing he had to sit in court
to listen to all? Well, he didn't listen. He didn't sit there and listen to all of it. He did walk out. I heard a female on TikTok was like, "Girl, divorce him." He walked out and didn't want to couldn't hear what you. Bitch, are you not listening to what this? My bad. Are you not listening to what this lady is telling her husband? It might not be for the first time, and it might be for the first time.
Yeah. Well, it might be the first time in detail.
Yeah, it might. But she's telling the whole world, including his family, what happened to her, what she was doing with Diddy.
Yeah. And
she's pregnant with my child.
Yeah.
That is hard to fucking hear. Why can't I get up and walk out? I gotta either I'm gonna get up and walk out, or I'm gonna crash out. Which one you want? Because now I'm sitting, I'm 2 weeks ago, no, I say 4 months ago, I'm up here reading lovey-dovey, I'm kissing you all on the face, all on the chest. Now I know you've been pissed on and shitted on, and no, bro. That's hard to hear from a person that you thought was, I'm not gonna say innocent, but just was I don't know, bro. Baby, I didn't know you did that.
But from another perspective too, it's like, like the I'm pretty sure he feels her pain as well. You know what I mean? It's hard to, like just feeling some kind of, hey, I wish I was there to protect you type thing,
What? Nah, I wouldn't have thought that.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
That part.
Ain't no way I'm hearing something about my wife, dog, like this happening like that. And it's like I only know this woman as my wife, as the woman that I'm supposed to be here to protect and provide for, man. Like so even though I know that happened before me, but as I'm hearing you talk about it right now, like all I can feel is that sense of wanting to protect you. Of that sense of wanting,
I feel pain first.
I would probably walk out. No, yes, it's pain. It's pain. But it's probably your pain, her pain that I'm really feeling. Like golly.
I don't know if that'd be the first thought of me. Like, I should have been with her so I could whoop his ass.
I think there's different levels to it.
It's just like not be with her, like.
I thought you meant protect her. I got you now, baby.
No, not even that. It's just like, it's just a deep sorrow, feeling bad about that what she had to go through, what she had to experience.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's different levels to it, and the reason why I say that is because I think that there is a mindset that he's probably going through, which y'all's are valid, but there could also be a level of embarrassment knowing that he has to be tied to this, and having not had to be tied to anything previously that had anything to do with her, and they were kind of living this quiet behind the scenes life. Now she's being drugged through this trial because
she ain't not drugged through.
I'm saying because opinions are split.
Yeah.
Okay. And then his name is now attached because now people are looking from his perspective. Well, how's he feeling? Because his name is going to be attached, and the investigation is going to go into him, and let alone let him have a brother or a sister or somebody that want to speak out to the news and go and speak out private conversations that he may be having with family members and everything, and then their association with that. So now that creates another news headline that's out there.
It's all wild.
So if it was
more power to you, my guy.
So let me ask y'all this: if it was your wife, would you let her take the stand?
If that's what needed to happen in order for her to get some justice, then yeah.
Would I let her take the stand? I couldn't stop her because that's her journey. So I couldn't stop her. Would I be able to take what she's saying? It would take everything in me to try to understand why she stayed.
Okay. I understand.
You know what I'm saying? And then now, I wouldn't. Me being me, I don't care what people think about me or what they say about me. So that wouldn't even be. I won't care what the fuck they say. But the thing of it is, baby, you should have told me this before you got up there. Like now, you got me out here looking like a clown. You know what I'm saying?
One thing I could say is it will make a great documentary. You can make some money for it for 15 minutes of fame.
Man, I don't know if you want to go over it again. And then she's pregnant. She's about to have her baby in a couple of months.
Yeah, man. Babies absorb that energy.
Man, that's crazy.
So let me ask y'all
this. Diddy effect.
What are y'all thoughts on Rodney Hinton being accused of killing Hamilton County Sheriff's deputy?
That's my man that was standing up in court like.
As they say, he's standing on business. And they've been putting money on his commissary books.
I'm not mad at him.
And blowing like his commissary books is just like paid in full. Like
I'm not mad at him, bro. I mean, I understand what the good words say. It shouldn't be eye for eye, but
it says that.
Yeah,
I misinterpreted that wrong.
You definitely did. I mean, I don't say that word for word, but I know it.
That's when misinterpretation came in. Good. I definitely thought it was eye for jugular.
You take a part of me that wasn't doing nothing wrong. Wasn't doing nothing wrong. I ain't know he wasn't doing nothing wrong. Did he have a weapon on him?
They were in a stolen car.
Did he have a weapon on him? So now you can kill me just because I'm in a stolen car?
Hold on. I'm not justifying the killing. I'm just saying he wasn't a Trayvon Martin.
Did he know it was? How did we know if he knew it was a stolen car?
It was a gun found in the vicinity.
But how he know it was there? This is things. That's what I'm saying. This is things we can't prove. This is things we can't prove.
You're right. We can't prove it. But if you're in a stolen vehicle, you hop out the stolen vehicle, you start running.
Because everybody else ran.
That don't mean that you run too.
So you telling me I'm in the back seat. My boy right here, my boy right here.
Stolen vehicle.
How do you know? No, I didn't get out in plenty of cars and not know they were stolen. Was like, this a what? Man, I know you lying. Yes. They don't tell that.
Hold on. First of all, this was back in the day before they even had push to start. You seen they ain't had no key.
Who looking at the key, man?
Who ain't looking at the key? You know your boy ain't got no damn car.
It's cold as hell outside, and they gave me a ride to school, and I'm like, good looking. Hey, man, it's a stolen, bro. Way. So, but my thing is this. Everybody don't tell everybody what they do.
Facts.
So he probably didn't know it was a stolen car. Even if he did know it was a stolen car, does that mean he still got to die?
I'm not justifying him being shot. I'm not saying. All I'm saying is that he hopped. He took off running. If you're innocent, why run? Because if you didn't know it was a stolen car, why would you run?
Because everybody else ran.
Like he is said that he did not know it was a stolen car.
Huh?
Like we know that he didn't know.
No, we don't. No. I mean, we couldn't ask him. Can't ask him.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying,
that's that wasn't funny. God damn it, my bad.
You could ask the dog.
But my thing is this: if your boy driving and they're already running from the police, and then he hey, this is a stolen car, bro. Fuck. So I already know what I gotta do now. I'm about to stop, so everybody get out and run. So you want me to be the only one sitting in the car like, hey man, I didn't know. I'm still about to go down just because they go say, I knew it was a stolen car.
But we already have the understanding that if white officers pull over black people, if you run, it's more likely they're going to shoot.
Well, and that's exactly what he did. And then his father said, oh, that's what we doing? Okay.
Yeah.
Give me 10 minutes. And
he just happened to see him at a traffic stop. He just happened to so-called see him.
And that's what I said.
Ain't like he was looking for him. He just happened to see him.
You know what that mean? That mean
that guy put him in front of him?
I'm not going to say God.
what you
That's
not
say? What I'm going to say.
What you going to say? It was a God opportunity?
I'm going to say the universe.
I'm
going to say the universe.
The universe. Oh, so you don't want to say God. It wasn't a God opportunity to see. No, I'm sorry. It ain't a God opportunity. It's the devil's opportunity to see who's going to play.
It was a univerce.
No, you was religion.
No, I'm not.
Religious.
I never said I was religious.
Now you're not religious.
That's not a lie. Now, my thing is this: it was the what I said was damn. Yeah, it was a universe that put him in front of that man to say, "I want you to show me that you can, maintain yourself, be a man," and he couldn't.
I don't think the universe said that.
Yeah,
I think it was an opportunity.
It was a universe.
I think it was an opportunity.
I think if he happened to see that particular officer that shot his key, I think it was definitely that.
Yeah, it was definitely a universe, man.
It was an opportunity. From a religious standpoint, it's an opportunity to turn the other cheek.
No.
Show me whether or not you gonna turn the other cheek, or are you going to submit to the devil's wishes?
I think I'd have submitted to the devil's wishes.
You ever heard that story that God and the devil walks around and challenge people to see what they're gonna do?
No, only from a devil.
Yep. Thank you. There's a story that I heard that God and the devil walks around, have a conversation.
That's a movie, bro. That's a movie.
Okay.
I just thought about it. That's a good damn movie.
I said I heard it. I didn't say I seen it. I said I heard it.
I don't think too many. I don't think too many black fathers could pull up on the side of a person that just killed their son, even if the son did run. He didn't have a weapon pointed at you.
True.
You were not in harm. You was not in harm.
Okay. Now, with that being said, and I'm glad you brought that up, do you believe that the same stipulations that apply to civilians so far as people running away apply to police officers?
No, we already know that. It does not.
Okay.
You remember when that cop shot that man in the back in a wide open field?
Yeah.
And he got off?
Carolina.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he got off. Yeah. So if somebody's standing in my living room and I shoot him in the back, guess what's going to happen to me?
Yeah.
They go try to take me to jail because I shot an unarmed man standing in my house, but he broke in, but he didn't have nothing in his hand Okay, so
no, I get it. I get it. I get it.
I think I think all police should be trained differently, because if you're scary, you don't need to be on the street.
What the first thing is that they need bachelor degrees and not just high school degrees.
I don't even think it's that. I think they need to go through, instead of all that physical training, I think they mostly need mental training.
Right.
Because my thing, if you're so quick to grab your gun and not, I understand. It's a split decision. I totally understand.
It is.
Because you don't know what this person got on you, got on him. I totally understand. But at the same time, a lot of stuff can be avoided with talking. Remember that guy back in the day was sitting on the curve with a whole rifle, white man.
Mm-hmm.
They talked him down. They ain't shoot him. They ain't kill him.
True. So the reason why I said bachelor's degree, because one of the guys I know is in the military and been around the world and everything. So he says, I'm gonna just take his word for it. And he basically said that in other countries, police officers, before you could be the police officer, you have to go get a 4-year degree. And because they have that 4-year degree, and I don't know any other training or anything, I'm just going based on what he told me. He said they have to have a 4-year degree. Also, those are some of the countries that have the least amount of unlawful killings compared to the U.S.
I just think they need more mental, because I mean, you can get a bachelor's. That bachelor's not showing you how. Well, it might show you how to engage with more sympathy. A little bit. Like I said, I know it's dangerous out here. I'm not saying going foolishly. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm saying you can go in with your gun out. But
true.
Let's not make the decision already that you're going to kill this person before you even talk to him.
Now, let me ask you this.
One thing about that degree thing that I want to, like, I don't necessarily think that you have to go and get like a higher education, but one thing about going like to a university or something like that is it exposes you to different people, right? Yep. Like it puts you in different environments. So now you just don't see a random black person and you just think that, like you get exposed to black people, you get exposed to people from the Middle East, you get exposed to Asians, like you get exposed to all these different type of people. So now you kind of feel a little bit more comfortable when maybe you are now in their environment.
I agree. I agree.
So I think that may be what the college degree thing. I mean, just from my perspective, I don't know. They the experts.
No, they're not. I agree with you saying. I totally agree with you saying. They just sitting behind the desk, hoping and wishing they don't kill too many people. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask y'all this: what message do you think is being sent by this action to black fathers?
I don't think it's sending a message, because I don't think it's sending a message, because that's not saying go out here and kill all the cops that killed your son. I don't think it's a message. I just think a man seen the person that killed his son and got caught up in his emotions. I mean, he's never going to see his son. He got caught up in his emotions. I mean, that's not saying let's go take it out on the police. They tried that, remember? That didn't work out too well. So instead of losing more black fathers, let's go to these little centers. Let's go to these little parks and have these black fathers talk to the kids or the young men that don't have fathers in the household. I mean, we got to start somewhere, because maybe, just maybe, if his father said, no, you can't go with them tonight, that young man still be alive. True. Or let's call me when you're done. I'll come walk with you. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of variables to throw up there. But at the same time, what happened. So I think we need to, as I say all the time, we got to have the fathers, uncles, cousins that's not in the streets and not stupid come together and bring the younger ones like, look, this is what you shouldn't be doing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Make your money on the internet or however you want to make your money, but let's stay out these streets for a minute because it's about to be crazy.
Okay. So what do y'all think about the GoFundMe for Shiola? They raised $700,000 for a woman that called a 5-year-old a nigga.
How much you say? 700,000.
700,000.
Whoa.
But we can say nigga on the show, but I don't like to say nigga on the show. But
I think he was a special needs kid, wasn't he?
Autistic.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he was autistic. Yep.
Little hoe. Got 700,000. She got more than a CEO just for calling the kid a nigga.
Yeah,
that's crazy work.
and think about it, that she's getting praise for what she did, while the guy that took the video is receiving threats.
Yep.
And she requested money for her safety, and they just willingly just gave it to her.
That's crazy.
By the ton.
But you know, that's the people that hate us. That's what that is. That's the people.
No, those are real niggas. Those are the real niggas. Like when we like,
you think so?
No, like what I mean, what they say the definition of a nigga is like.
Got you. Okay.
Like
okay.
I mean, they just showing their true colors. You know what I mean? So this is blood money. You know, let's just let them go ahead and have a day.
I mean, this day 4 years for real.
I mean, think about it like this: if in that situation, if that had happened,
that's crazy,
and it was your kid, and because she said it, you're not supposed to have a reaction. But say you did have a reaction, then you'll be persecuted for having a reaction to her ignorant slur, and she'll still get praised for it.
So it's a lose-lose.
No, it's not lose-lose. You know what I mean? It's the universe is always testing us. that's what that means. You know, like we just got to be more mature. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with us being more mature.
But damn, how much more do we have to be mature?
There are things that are happening.
I'm tired of being mature. Shit.
There are things that are happening against our culture. It's definitely, especially from a government level. That is doing more harm than it is good. But it's not just affecting our culture, it's affecting all culture.
It is, but they're standing out to make it to where it's harder for us. Now, it's already bad in our community. Now it's about to get worse with the terrorists and all that. Yeah. And then on top of that, y'all want to stand on our neck and y'all right here with us. And y'all think we supposed to just keep bowing. Now, I'm not gonna say bowing down, just keep being quiet. No, that's when people crash out the most. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
I mean, it's hard out here for me to keep my lights and gas on. It's hard out here for me to keep my house. It's hard out here for me to keep gas in my car.
Yep.
It's hard out here for me to keep letting you walk over me. It's hard out here to keep going to work and my boss talking shit. And then I'm supposed to come to a park and let you call my son a nigga?
Yeah.
That is too much pressure on one person.
Yeah.
And you and the little punk ass internet people, you punk ass nigga. Okay, let me see you say that to my face. And then they go talk big on the internet, but when they get in front of you, they're gonna be pushing that other bigger person. Hey man, you shut up. And hiding behind them. I hate that, man. Don't step on my neck and tell me, oh, it's gonna be okay in a couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see the articles of impeachment.
What?
Articles of impeachment.
What's that? What? That man got 37 murders that he done and ain't about to go nowhere.
Listen, man, this is a whole big correction, dog. Like,
yeah,
I mean, this is surpassed, in my opinion. It's been past race for a long time. Like, I mean, it's been classism. We just happen to be mostly in one particular class, right? Like, but this has been a classism system. Like, I mean, like I said, I think the Walmart thing is a restructuring. Trump is going out making all these investments to bring money into. So what are we going to impeach him for? He's bringing money into the economy. Like,
is he really though?
Man, have you seen the S&P 500 and NASDAQ and how them boys be like Like, I mean, yeah, we talk about day to day. We may see it go up and down and everything, but over the course of time,
long term,
it's shooting up.
Yeah, it is.
It's shooting up. And what Trump is doing right now is he's positioning America to be able to take advantage of all of these different investments. Like, that's what's going on.
And they love them for it.
But here's the thing: how can you take advantage of the investments when you don't have the resources to take advantage of the investments?
You got the resources. I mean, that's what these deals is about. Maybe you're leveraging the resources that you do have in order to giving them away to people, and now they're giving back the resources that they have, which is most likely rich.
Unless it's all smoke and mirrors, and he go take all that money and get the hell on.
It's always smoke and mirrors.
I mean,
definitely smoke and mirrors. Definitely smoke and mirrors.
I don't see us being calm and being that.
But I feel we gotta fight smarter. I don't see us being calm, but I just feel like we have to.
You can't fight smarter when you're in your feelings.
Exactly. That's why we can't be in our feelings.
It's hard not to be in your feelings when somebody disrespecting you in your face and spitting in your face, and your family hungry.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
But to kind of go back to the point what you're saying so far as resources and leveraging. When you look at the policies that they're retracting back, birthright citizenship, deporting U.S. citizens, getting rid of DEI, getting rid of everything that has made America go forward. Even though when they look at when you look at doing business deals, you look at companies, and money is the primary object. Color still plays a piece in there,
a healthy piece.
We can leverage as much resources as we can, but how many Black people can you say have over a 700 credit score where they can go and get the resources, maybe a loan or whatever thing like that, take those resources or take equity out of their home, leverage that equity so they can invest $50,000 into the stock market to play the long game and look at the big picture, because we can say right now, 5-10 years from now, man, you're gonna be a million, you're gonna be a multimillionaire if you do that. But one thing about our culture is we look at what we're doing now and we're hurting and trying to survive for now. So whatever we have, either we're gonna keep or we're going to spend to live for now, because we know that the mentality is that there's no tomorrow. Where other cultures can see the investment because they're not the primary target of being in public enemy number one.
Yeah, but but I think that was, like y'all just said, man, smoke and mirrors, man. I think that was the one of the tricks that they played on us, man, is getting us so wrapped up in living for today. Hey, having a house, all these bills that's in our face, all the time. Yeah. I mean, once you get a house, now you adopt a whole bunch of other bills with the house, right? Like, I mean, so I mean, having a car,
American
like all
dream. They lied to us like a motherfucker.
So the American dream was a trap, right? Like, I mean, so, but I mean, to that point, man, and this one thing that we was talking about, I mean, but like just paying yourself first, you know what I mean, and it's man, I know, like, hey, it's probably gonna be a gap. Probably gonna be a gap. But putting that money away to protect your interest, you know what I mean? Like, whether that may be a car going down or something like that. I mean, or maybe nothing happens over the next couple months or something like that. Are you able to stack that up? And then maybe you can now start chipping away and like catching up on stuff and like, closing other stuff out. But I mean, but if we never protect our interests, then we never have an interest to be able to move forward. Right? Like, so I 100% like agree, but like I said, I think we got to start fighting smarter. I think we gotta, it can't just be that brute force just coming straight ahead all the time. I think we gotta be a little stealthy with our stuff, man, and figure out how this game is really operating and then position ourselves, even if it takes some time for us to get there. Every a journey of 1,000 steps start with a single step. right? And that single step couple steps may be on some level ground for some time before you actually start to elevate. Maybe you got to take a couple dips before you start to elevate. But at some point, like, we got to start moving towards whatever future that we want, and stop asking them for. Hey, we have the vision to go and create whatever we want to go and create. Like, we ain't got to ask them to give us nothing. Now, yeah, they taking away this. And like I said, man, I still think that's money, because it's just decreasing government funding, right? Like, I mean, government ain't got to spend no more. Now they got more money to go and invest in other stuff, right? Like, so I think it's just a money play. I mean, but it just falls back on us. And like, what's our skills? What's our talents, man? What's our gifts, man? How can we leverage those for each other? A fact, I mean, because, hey, maybe we ain't got to go to the Fortune 500 people. I mean, what's my man's next door? What he doing to help me leverage, what I got? How can I help him out?
Not trying to help me.
Yeah. Like, I mean, we can grow together. I mean, like, shit, we can take our steps together,
But I hear you. Yeah, but that next black guy that's next door is not thinking the same way. He's thinking like, my family got to eat, man. My family got to eat. I don't need your help over here. That's how they be, though.
And it's always somebody that want to be the leader.
Yeah, we don't need no leader.
There's always somebody that want to be a leader. They want to have a community. They want to lead. They have better ideas.
And that leader want an offering. Then that leader need a house. Then they need a car. Man, get the man.
So now we had that very important part of the show where
getting high. I mean, my bad. Go ahead, bro.
We give our final perspective on the conversation that we have had. Y'all can leave the NBA stuff alone. You ain't got to talk about the NBA stuff. But just the latter half.
Lakers at 5.
just the latter half of it. So, Trent, we gonna go to you since you haven't been here in a minute. So we gonna have you go first.
Well, my perspective over the show,
the conversation, everything. Yeah. Final piece.
Talked about, I mean, I think we had a good talk. I mean, we had talked about some polarizing topics. I feel like we kind of at a wide range of perspectives. I mean, and I think having wide ranges of perspectives is always a good, productive conversation. I mean, it opens people's eyes, open people's brains and thoughts to the other possibilities that's out there. Yeah. So, hey, great conversation.
Facts.
No, Chase.
Free my boy Diddy, and R. Kelly. But no, I just be joking when I say that, y'all. Don't take me for real. I just hope everybody come out that situation with strength, better open mind, and more more sense. Shit.
Definitely.
With everything else, like you said, great conversation, man. I like, throwing ideas off this guy. We make it work. Good shit. Couldn't remember with nothing else, bro. Mind be, hey, ADHD is a motherfucker, bro.
It's only getting worse too.
I'm gonna keep it short.
No, you're not. You're lying.
I'm gonna keep it short.
All right, let's go.
So when I think about the issues at hand, and there's so many issues, and I think about it from a perspective of a father. I think of it of a perspective of a brother, of a uncle, and everything, because those are the roles that I play when it comes to the people that are under me. The black young boys and the black young boys and girls that are growing up, that have to face a community, have to face a country that doesn't like them, that has to face organizations that probably won't hire them, that will face universities and schools that won't really want to teach them, or have predetermined ideas about them and give them the hardest time on the hardest path, unnecessarily, all because of color on their skin, not because of how they were raised, not because of their background, not because of their behaviors, not because of they said something disrespectful or anything, but only because of the color of their skin, because those people are either ignorant, uneducated, and have their own prejudice based on what has been fed to them over the years. Sorry, Jeff, I didn't mean to bore you.
Oh, no, that wasn't no yawn. I was about to sneeze. I was about to sneeze.
So when I hear about these things, and I think that, man, to Trent's point, if we get the finances and we get the resources, does that put it put us in a better place? And then you hear about the stories of the people that are in a better place, and they still get prejudice, they still get the racism, they still gotta go against the gatekeepers, they still have to fight, they gotta pair up with other races, other cultures in order to get ahead, because they can't get ahead on their own. And then when they get so far, then they try to establish something, but then it gets downplayed when they do try to establish something. Life. And it makes it so much harder. It makes it so much more difficult. And not trying to call out, any celebrity or anything that's not doing anything, but for those that are, is not talked about enough. But when they do something wrong,
it's all in.
It's the top of the headline, and you can't hear enough of it. So it's very difficult sometimes to go through social media and to read it. And it's one of the reasons why I don't read the news, but social media puts news right in front of you, so you really don't have no choice but to look at it, because it comes up in front of you every time. I say that to say that as a country, I believe that we're going backwards and we're not going forward. And contrary to what people believe, and now they have this, black fatigue that is out, that now, they're tired of black people. They're tired of the conversation of black people. We get away with stuff. We sensitive. We get all these other things. And honestly, it's just not the truth. They're buying into this narrative, which, back to Trent's point, even if you had a resource or whatever like that, it doesn't make sense. But as they move forward, they really, in my opinion, really looking at removing all cultures from the U.S. and just make it a white national country. And honestly, to be quite honest, I don't believe that America could survive and it not be a melting pot. America grew because it was a melting pot. You had the Irish, you had the Polish, you had the Jewish, you had all of these people, whether they work together or they work separately, building America together. And who did you have supervising along the way? White people.
White people. Yeah.
They were supervising along the way. And a little that they did do, they did. But just like they want kids to go and be in the field. Yeah, I was a kid. I was in the field too before I had to go to school. I can't imagine seeing that happen. Because you know what time you got to be out into the field, and you know what time you got to be at school. I mean, I don't care how young you were. Like, tired is tired. So I say that. So I say all of that because no matter what level of class you are, no matter what culture you are. Matter of fact, it doesn't matter what culture you are. No matter what class level you are, if you black, you still consider lower class. And no matter how hard you try to get ahead, you still consider lower class. And the only way that we're gonna see change, like real change, if we stop putting people in office that works against us. And unfortunately, I know that means that we have to get some people on our side, other cultures on our side. But maybe this is a wake-up call for all cultures to be able to do their research, understand that just because somebody talks to you a certain way doesn't mean that, just because somebody talks to you a certain way, they actually mean what they say. Like, we use the politician's line, so when we get a straight shooter, it's like, oh, it's new and refreshing, but it's not going to happen to me. You got to understand, all policies affect everybody. It doesn't matter who it is. And they're making it seem like black people are the ownership of all these things when we're not the benefactor of a lot of these things. D&I pretty much benefited white women. You know, when they started harming the farm people, they thought they was hurting black people. It's all the white farms that's going out, not the black farms. Black farms, like, we don't get subsidies anyway, so we survive. We know what to do. All the white farms are going out. And they snatching up all their land.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he messed with the farms in the first half, and he messed with farms in the second half, and they still voted for him. But when you get a straight shooter, you think that they're telling you the truth, and they really ain't. And when they are, and he said it, I love uneducated people. Who you think was in the stands? A whole bunch of uneducated public school people. You went to public school, you had to, because they didn't teach you anything. Because if you had a little bit of understanding, a little bit of logic, you would know that, hey, he's talking about deporting people. The Venezuelans was up there like, yeah, you know, Trump. And then, no, we didn't expect this. He told us. And now you deporting everybody else, but bringing in white Africans
because they got the bread.
So what does that? So what does that tell you? You know, no matter, and Trent, I'm not trying to pick on you, but I say that to say, no matter what we do or what we try to gain or how far we try to go, they still see you as lower class. Mm-hmm. They still see you as trash. Niggas. I can have $1 billion, but if I ain't dancing to their tune, I'll be in Diddy's situation, R. Kelly situation, Prince situation, Michael Jackson situation. Mm-hmm. When you don't dance to their tune, they turn on you. Mm-hmm. I know I was gonna keep it short.
I knew you was lying.
I said I'm gonna keep it short, man. Hey, man. But look, Trent, thank you for coming on to the show, man.
Thank you for having me.
We really appreciate it, man. Thank you for coming through. Hey, look, we'll see y'all on the next go around. Peace.